Hello technology fans, I hope you are doing well. I am Nick Austin. In this episode, we are going to discuss about all the leaks and rumors, news, release date about upcoming Xbox 2. Stay with us till the end of the video. Subscribe and follow us in Twitter, Facebook, Instagram to get more information about new upcoming technology. Enjoy. Number 1. Xbox 2 release date. So we know we're getting another console, or two, but how soon will it really be with the Xbox One still in its first year? Rumors suggest Microsoft is planning a 2020 release, which would be only 3 years after the iterative Xbox One X, but 7 years after the Xbox One first came to market, and a good time, perhaps, to move on to the new generation. Even if the reports are reliable, we still envisage this being pushed to early 2021. Though if the PS5 launched before that, it's likely Microsoft won't want to be too far behind. With the steady and considered steps Microsoft is making in the way the company seems to be listening to feedback from its users more than ever, we anticipate that the Xbox 2 could be its most considered launch yet. In the meantime, a lot hinges on the Xbox One X.
Number 2. Xbox 2 news and rumors. It will house some impressive tech. A new job listing suggests that Microsoft is hard at work on the next Xbox. The company is looking for a senior electrical engineer to come be a part of what's next in Xbox hardware. Xbox is seeking for an engineer to lead the DRAM solutions for the Xbox console hardware development team, adding that the DRAM solutions include DDR3, GDDR5, GDDR6, and future DRAM technologies. This person will be working on currently shipping and future Xbox design projects. It was already suggested by Jez Corden in 2017 that the next Xbox is being designed, and this gives greater credence to that. Andrew House talks the next generation. Former PlayStation chief, Andrew House, has been talking about the future of consoles at GamesBeat Summit in California recently. Though House wasn't willing to go into specifics on the next PlayStation itself, he did say that he thinks physical media will be around for all consoles for some time to come, thanks to the need to continue breaking into new markets. One would assume this is something that would also be relevant to any future Xbox console. In his interview, House said, "I don't have any firm knowledge on this, but my sense is that you will see the disc around in the industry for a while. If you're going to tap into some of these developing markets, then allowing for that more traditional physical purchase model as an option is probably no bad thing." Despite this, though, House also believes that streaming will be big in the future of gaming, an opinion which ties neatly with Microsoft's Phil Spencer, who emphasized the need for a Netflix for video games. This would be, one would imagine, a natural extension of the download-based Xbox Game Pass in the next generation. A console just for streaming. Recent reports from throughout suggest we may even see a streaming-only console launch alongside the mainline Xbox 2, to help establish Microsoft's nascent streaming model as a fully fledged gaming experience of its own. It would likely be pitched as a low-cost alternative, given the reduced hardware requirements when streaming games directly from the cloud, probably higher in price than a standard streaming box but cheaper than other Xbox consoles. Though it's pretty certain you'd require a monthly subscription to access the Xbox library. Thankfully, all next-gen games are still expected to run on both consoles. That would get confusing quickly. And if Microsoft managed to fix the latency issues currently holding back the streaming model, we could really see this taking off.
Number 3. What Xbox 2 be called? The hardest part of this future gazing is actually trying to guess what the console might be called, given the naming progression that's come before. Microsoft isn't going to abandon the Xbox brand anytime soon, surely, but the subtitle is a little harder to pin down. It's unlikely the next Xbox will keep the codename Xbox Scarlet. If it's a brand new console generation, it makes sense to call it Xbox 2, but Xbox 720 made a retrospectively perplexing amount of sense at one point, so let's not be too confident in that. We wouldn't be entirely surprised by an Xbox Zero, or even Infinite, to take a leaf from the next Halo game. The rumored streaming console may also ditch the numerical naming altogether, Xbox Cloud.
Number 4. Xbox 2 performance capabilities. What's slightly easier is predicting the features that are likely to appear in this new Xbox. The Xbox One X is a huge step forward for Microsoft, bringing native 4K gaming and near PC power into a console. It's currently the most powerful console on the market, so where can Microsoft go from here? A powerful console focused on games. We like to think Microsoft has learned a lot of lessons from the difficult launch of the Xbox One. The Xbox One didn't have the advantage of being the only HD console option on the market like the Xbox 360 did, and additionally its launch ended up being marred by a Kinect bundle that pushed its price way higher than it should have been. As a result, the PlayStation 4 took, and has maintained, a commanding lead in terms of market share. Microsoft has definitely addressed a lot of these issues with the Xbox One X. It's a piece of hardware that's almost entirely focused on games, and it's not bundled with any superfluous hardware. In fact, Microsoft's gone so far as to drop the Kinect port entirely. We imagine this focus will continue into the future. VR and AR support. We've learned that certain things are unimportant for consoles this generation, like motion sensing and touch screen, but the new technologies like VR and AR are proving to be very exciting fields for developers. Microsoft has already confirmed that the Xbox One X will support Windows 10 virtual and mixed reality headsets, but it's not being forceful with pushing them. They were notably absent from the console's presentation at E3 2017, and we still have plenty of questions. If PlayStation VR continues to grow in strength, we expect Microsoft will be more clear about the Xbox One X's stance on these headsets and much more active about developing the technology for its successor. Xbox 2 could very well be the HoloLens console. If the technology flops, Microsoft can easily phase it out from its next-generation plans like the Kinect, but much more neatly and less to the detriment of initial sales. Meanwhile, if the Xbox One X's 4K visuals fail to make the console appeal as much as Microsoft hopes they will, we don't doubt they'll still be a feature of the Xbox 2, but they may be less of a focus in the overall marketing. An increasingly cross-platform ecosystem. In the way that Nintendo is bridging the gap between its handheld and home console divisions with the Switch, we can see Microsoft moving its PC and console users closer as we move on to the Xbox 2. Cross-platform play, accounts and digital purchases are being encouraged in the Windows 10 and Xbox stores, and this is something we can see Microsoft continuing to push into the new generation, particularly if it's going to continue to manufacture consoles that boast near PC specs. However, Sony has vehemently said it will not take part in cross-platform play with competing consoles.